Tried the pump fake, now fumbles the football. Another forced fumble for the Panthers. Picked up and out.
Welcome to FIU Football Weekly. Panthers coming off a 16-13 loss at UTSA and now turn their attention to Marshall, the class of what seems to be Conference USA right now. But first, let's go back and look over that UTSA game, Coach, and your thoughts on the game against the Roadrunners.
Well, it was extremely disappointing because I thought our defense played really well. Our defense played well enough to win. We got three takeaways, and they did a good job. They made some big plays. I thought the defensive coaches did a really good job, and our players did a really good job of adjusting to a new quarterback coming in. One that we hadn't really prepared for. Once he went in, they changed their style of offense, and I think our guys adjusted very quickly. They made a couple scrambles early, against it that hurt us, and they made some adjustments in the rush lanes and what we were doing defensively and some of the calls, and that really helped. So I thought the guys did a good job of that. But we played well enough to win on defense. Offensively, we did some really good things too. We ran the ball well. We had 185 yards rushing. Before you take away, you had 3 sacks for minus 17. We had a play where we fumbled and the ball rolled back 18 yards, so we lost 18 on that one, which obviously we can't have. But when we ran the ball, we ran it pretty well. And we had some opportunities to make some plays, but we hurt ourselves. We fumbled 6 times, lost 3 of them, and threw 2 interceptions, 1 on the last Hail Mary. But we turned the ball over that many times, you can't win. We also had 5 drop passes, 2 or 3 of them on third down that would have converted. So we hurt ourselves.
And you mentioned the defense. I mean, they allowed 1 touchdown, and there were several chances there where UTSA started a drive on your side of the field, and the defense really held their ground there. Going back to the offense, is it you think, maybe if you get a couple more sustained drives, it helps out the offense, getting back into that territory of UTSA and then getting those points?
Possibly. I thought we moved the ball and we got some things going, but we hurt ourselves again with drop passes. We will sustain the drives if we don't drop a pass on third down. We will keep the ball. And we got going. We got some first downs, but every time we did, we'd make a mistake, either a drop ball or we had some mental errors on base things that we shouldn't have had, or the turnovers, the fumbles. We haven't been doing that. That's not what we've been doing. And, we got to get back to being more disciplined with our ball security. Every fumble that came out except one, the ball was down a little bit low. It's not how we teach it, so we just got to get back to our basics and techniques, fundamentals, and play the way we're supposed to play.
I probably wouldn't say it had a big effect, but, how much do you think the atmosphere may have had? It holds 65,000. They had pretty much the lower level filled, and the noise doesn't go anywhere. But do you think the atmosphere had an effect in the game?
No, I don't think it did at all. It was loud, but we practiced in louder conditions every day, and we really on Wednesday we had a couple false starts early. We had none. On Tuesday, we had a couple false starts. We had none on Wednesday, none on Friday. On our big work days. So I don't think it was a factor. I think it was just, we're a young team, and I don't want to use that as an excuse because they got to catch the ball and they got to hold on to the ball. But we just didn't execute as well as we could have.
How do you think Alex Magoo played? His 2 picks really, one was tipped and the other one was a Hail Mary at the end of the game. Your thoughts on Alex's performance?
Looking at the tape, I thought he played a lot better than I gave him credit for right after the game. Right after the game, I didn't think he played that great. Looking at the tape, he made good decisions all day. He was pretty accurate with the ball. Like you said, he had the 1 interception on the deflection. He had the Hail Mary at the end. He fumbled 1 time. That was probably his worst play. He should have. We had a bubble. He was supposed to throw the bubble. He started to throw it for whatever reason, didn't like it, scrambled, and was carrying the ball loose and fumbled. But he made good decisions all day, and I thought he was seeing the field better than I thought he was from the sideline.
You had to deal with, sort of a wild card on defense when their second string, who started, Blake Bogenschutz, goes down after Richard Leonard pops him, and he's out for the game. And then all of a sudden you got Austin Robinson, a mobile quarterback, which is the complete opposite of the 2 guys you had prepared for it in Tucker Carter and Bogenschutz. What kind of adjustments do you think you had to make? At halftime, I thought you guys made a great adjustment because he didn't really run in the second half.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think the defensive coaches and the players made some very quick adjustments. Defensively, offensively, whatever, we tell our guys, just apply your rules. Trust your eyes, have good eye discipline, trust your eyes, trust what you see, and apply your rules. And I thought our guys did that, and the coaches made some good adjustments as to what, especially with the calls, what we were calling, what our game plan was. Seen quarterbacks like that, so we just kind of went to that game plan, and they did a good job with the rush lanes. And it was what we're doing.
Well, on Saturday, you're going to see a quarterback that really hasn't been like a lot of the quarterbacks you've seen. Rakeem Cato, a Heisman Trophy candidate and number 25. Marshall comes into FIU Stadium. Your early thoughts on the Herd?
They're very good. Obviously, they average almost 50 points a game. Really playing really well on defense as well. I mean, they're well-rounded team. They're good everywhere. There's not a weakness on the team. On the offensive line, they're big. They're physical. Got a 240, 50-pound back. I got receivers that can play, and I got a quarterback as good as anybody in the country. And defensively, same thing. They got some good athletes over there on that side of the ball. They know what they're doing. They play hard. They play fast. They're a very, very good team. It's going to be a great challenge for it. And I really think our guys are excited. I think our guys are looking forward to it and excited, and anxious to get out there against a very good team. I've got them much higher than 25 on my coaches poll that I do, by the way.
Yeah, no, they certainly should have been ranked a while ago. They've played well. Now, one thing I was looking at in their numbers, the teams they have played this year, they have not faced a defense like your defense. I mean, if you look at their opponents, and I don't know them offhand, but most of the defenses they played are, ranked 50th and below, and not in the top 50 like yours. I think this probably be one of the best challenges for your defense.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge. Obviously for us defensively, they're very good, but we have a lot of confidence in our defense. They're playing hard, they're playing fast, they're playing well. So we got a lot of confidence in them, and we know we're going up against a great offense. So it's going to be a huge, huge test for us. And again, I think the defensive guys are really excited about it, knowing what a big test, what a big challenge it's going to be.
And for offensively, you guys, their defense only allows 18 points a game and barely a shade over 300 total yards a game. Another challenge for your offense as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're going to have to execute. We're going to have to make some plays. They don't give up a lot of big plays. They're very good in the secondary. They play a lot of man coverage. Even when it's so-called zone, the safeties are playing zone. The corners are playing man. Very similar to what our defense does. Very similar defense, and their corners are outstanding. And so it's going to be difficult to make plays. We're going to have to sustain drives. We're going to have to catch the ball. We're going to have to execute, and to be able to put drives together for two reasons. Number one, to go down and get points. That's how you're going to get them, because you're not going to get a lot of big plays. And number two, to keep their offense off the field.
Panthers in the Herd, 6 o'clock on Saturday from FIU Stadium, 5:30 pregame show on ESPN, 12:10 a.m. Talk to you then.